Back. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Tennessee, Mr. Cohen, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Firstly, I couldn't not take this microphone on this occasion and not remember Congressman Scalise's injuries and wish him and his family well and the other victims of the cowardly and horrific assault on our colleagues and on our government last week in Virginia. But I came here specifically to honor 7 Americans who died on the USS Fitzgerald. 7 United States naval soldiers died when the Fitzgerald collided with a Japanese freighter. And there was a story this morning in the New York Times, another on the Daily Beast, and I'm sure there are others, that caught my attention. The New York Times story showed the divergent backgrounds of these 7 sailors. They're all Americans, but one has roots in Okinawa, another's roots were in the Philippines, another Vietnam, another Guatemala. Then there was an Ohioan and a Virginian, and a sailor named Martin from Maryland. They are representative of our United States Navy from different backgrounds, given an opportunity to serve our country. Some because they're helping their families, some to gain citizenship, but all to serve our nation. And all 7 of these gentlemen lost their lives. I had the honor of going on a naval sub about 10 days ago, the Providence, and I saw the camaraderie on that ship. There were no Caucasian sailors or African American sailors or Asian American or Latin American. There weren't gay or straight sailors. They were United States sailors, United States Navy personnel. And they come together in a camaraderie to serve our country and to serve each other as shipmates in a way that is gratifying to witness and is special for our nation. Now, I want to mention who these soldiers were because they need to be memorialized here. Xavier Martin was from Maryland. Shingo Douglas was Okinawa in San Diego, California. Dakota Rigsby, Palmyra, Virginia. Carlos Sibian from Chula Vista, California, but the Philippines was a spot of origin, and his grandfather, who was a Filipino, also served in our United States Navy. Now Tron Trunk Hun, Vietnam, Oakville, Connecticut. Noah Henderson was from Texas by way of Guatemala. And finally, Gary Rim, Jr. from Ohio. The Daily Beast told me something about Gary Rim, Jr. that I wouldn't have garnered from the New York Times story that was so wonderful as it described the backgrounds and really the rainbow that these 7 men made of America. Gary Rim was due to finish his service in 3 weeks, 3 months. And he considered everybody on that ship, all the sailors, his kids. He had no children of his own, but the sailors were his kids. And he rescued 20 sailors to see to it after the crash that they survived, and then went to try to rescue 6 others. And it's at that point that Gary Rim lost his life. He lost his life serving his shipmates, as he called them, his kids, his fellow sailors. They were shipmates and sailors, and United States naval personnel. They weren't Filipinos or Vietnamese or any other description. Gary Rim, Jr. was a hero trying to save others. The other 6 were heroes too, serving our country, and they lost their life. It was a great experience to be on the Providence, and it's a great honor to represent the Millington Naval Air Base, which serves our country for personnel and recruitment purposes. I'm honored to be in this Congress, but more honored to represent people in the United States Naval Academy. I thank those 7 for their valiant efforts and for giving their lives in the service to their country. I yield back the balance of my time.